What's good? This your boy Boss. I want to thank you for checking out the channel. Today we're gonna be reacting to a video from Irv Gotti from his Drink Champs podcast with Irv In, where he discusses why him and Ashanti are no longer fuck with each other. So get straight into it.
That was immediate something that I noticed when I watched Ashanti's Walk of Fame. I immediately said,
Where's Gotti?
Mr. Lorenzo's not there.
Yeah.
What? And I felt like you was a hater. I kind of did.
I'm not a hater.
No, not a hater. I just felt like
I'm not invited. I'm not
You wasn't
invited to those
invited.
things. With me and her ain't like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They don't,
No,
they
but
don't,
you
they
gotta
don't
get
have a-
along.
You gotta
they don't
go
have a
though, Gotti.
relationship.
Like I felt like just me looking for the outsider looking in. That's an insider. That's an outsider, but an outsider looking in, nonetheless. Right? Right? You understood that? I know you probably didn't, but you did.
No, I'm
you know
saying,
what
you see what we're talking about.
Yeah,
right?
but I just want because I wanted like it felt good.
I'm never a hater.
No.
So
let me
anyone out
let me
there,
rephrase that.
remove.
He is a hater. He's a known hater, and so let's stop the cap. Irv Gotti is a hater, bro.
I am never a hater.
Yeah.
Me
I'll
and,
rephrase that,
me and
sorry.
Ashanti created and made history,
Right.
Yeah.
right? But I don't see eye to eye with her anymore.
Let me explain what I meant, right? Because the week after that, I went to DJ Khaled's. I always pronounce his name wrong. And I got to see Jay, and I got to see Diddy, and I got to see Fat Joe, and I got to see, Corey, and all these other people that was behind the scenes of college that probably didn't necessarily get those big pictures. Like, it's the very, after you get the stars, them three pictures.
But here's the difference.
Hold on. And then when I went back,
Khaled probably called them and asked them to do that.
but when I went, Khaled didn't call me, and I showed up. But when I went back, I was like, damn, I wanted to see Gotti. I wanted to see you there, whether you invited or not, to just throw the Murder Inc. behind her. When they put the, look at you, bro, you feel me? When they put the hands on the thing, I don't even know if that's a thing, if I'm getting
That's the
confused.
Chinese theater,
But,
but yeah,
but
that's the thing.
you know what I mean? When they do the Hollywood shit, I wanted Gotti to be like this, with your Murder Inc. sign behind it.
I'm just for peace,
Me too.
I want everybody to be in harmony and peace. Not to say that we gotta hang out and create and do things together, but be at peace. So when it's time for us to come together for things like this, it can be.
It can be cordial.
Yeah.
And this is where I would agree with Ja Rule. You don't have to be friends. Like Irv Gotti said, him and Ashanti did make history. They sold a lot of records, millions of records. These songs did touch a lot of people. And basically what I'm getting and what I know from the story of the Murder Inc. story, Irv is salty that she left him for Nelly, and he's also salty because when they was going through that whole indictment from the FBI and stuff like that, she wanted to distance herself away from Murder Inc. And that's only right. It's like she's a music artist. She ain't got no business doing with none of no drug dealers, no racketeering, none of that kind of stuff. So it's only right that she distances herself and let people know, hey, I'm only an artist. I was here to make music and music only. He's just salty. He's always salty. Even when it comes to 50 Cent, he's just salty. He can't keep it real. Even I understand when people have problems with a certain person, but even when people can still keep it real about that person, even though they don't like that person, I respect that person more. Like a Bangle Smurf, a person that used to run with 50 Cent. 50 Cent kicked him out of the group ages ago, but anytime Bangle Smurf stop talk on 50 Cent, he still keep it 100. He still let people know 50 is a real nigga, regardless of their situation and not fucking with each other. So that's why I call Irv Gotti a fucking hater, but let's keep it.
And it can be a moment for the whole, Murder Inc. family to celebrate our victory. He don't.
I'm a cancer.
Let me pop my motherfucking body, man.
Listen,
Pop my body. Pop my body.
okay, but listen, I'm a cancer, dog.
Okay.
I love hard.
You cheerleading?
I love hard.
I'm a
and I
cancer
don't
too.
love hard.
Nah, but you got, what I'm saying? Listen.
Were you a cheerleader though, right? I was cheerleading, watching the ceremony.
Here's the thing.
I didn't watch it.
Here's the thing. We created something special.
I didn't fucking watch it.
He know damn well he watched it, bro. This is a guy that can't let go of a girl that left him a long time ago. He know damn well he watched it. He probably felt bad that he wasn't even there. He wanted to be there so bad. And I hate when people act like they don't want to be there or they act like they're just too tough or too cool for school. Irv Gotti, stop the cap, please. Stop it.
We created something special.
Even Mark Jackson watched.
And it's like,
The Golden
this
State
is
Warriors
20
move
years
on.
later coming up for all of us, and 20 years for Ashanti, my 20s passed, and
Because you was at the ceremony.
I was there.
You was living it
I was
up.
there. I was
Listen, when we did the doc, we tried to get Ashanti 3 different times. She turned it down each and every time. So what I like to say is just the other side. We've tried when we flirted with the idea of doing the Murder Inc. reunion tour.
I love that idea.
Yeah, she turned it down. I'm never fucking with y'all.
She didn't say that.
Basically. So, you know, when
Is it about the Masters? Because I watched the Breakfast Club.
Listen,
I try to do a good thing, my good job.
Let's speak on the Masters. I know that's gonna come up. First of all, I'm not like Lucien Grange.
From Empire?
No, Lucien Grange owns he runs the Universal Music Group.
Oh, that's when Kanye said, I'm not Lucien?
Yeah.
I ain't know that's what he thought. I thought like
Lucien
about Fox.
Grange.
Holy shit. I let you know I ain't getting that much money.
Lucien
I gotta calm down.
Grange. Lucien Grange ain't giving nobody back their Masters.
Wow.
And
That's
he
a
owns
fact.
thousands of them. I own
That's a
hot
fact.
maybe 25.
Right.
Lucien Grange wasn't in the studio with you making those records.
Right.
I made those Ashanti records.
Can you rock with me?
Oh, I made those records. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wrote them, but she wrote them with the help of me telling her what to write. And all of y'all, whoever knows me, I don't lie. I'm not a liar. You know what I'm saying? But I helped make those records.
Right.
So I own them.
Right.
Like here, me and Rue was talking today, and I'm not gonna say no numbers, Rue. But it's like artists, I never signed my artists to 360 deals.
Right.
I never said, give me some of your show money or
And Leo's your mentor. You could have.
because Leo.
And I do agree with Irv Gotti right here because back in the day, there was no 360 deal, so artists did have favorable deals to them and to their situation. And nowadays, when you see an artist that's signed to a major label, 9 times out of 10, it's guaranteed they do have a 360 deal. And if you don't know what a 360 deal, it's pretty much the label gets a piece and a cut from everything you do. So if you put out a new album, they get a cut of that. If you put out some merch, they get a cut of that. If you go on tour, they get a cut of that. If you sign a deal with Reebok outside of music, they get a cut of that. That's what a 360 deal. It's a whole encompassing deal that the label gets to recoup the money because they feel like they built you up to a certain status as a superstar, so they feel like they should get a return on investment. So I do agree with Irv Gotti saying that, but let's get back to it.
Was a 360
He
motherfucker.
is 360. You look up 360, his face pop up. It's back. Okay.
But I never did that. I feel I was always very good to my artists.
That was before our time. Just to be fair, 360s was before our time.
All right, but what I'm saying
But
is,
Lloyd could have been 360'd up.
no, but listen,
He could have
listen.
360'd
It was
Lloyd up.
before Lloyd time
Let
too.
me make this statement.
Okay.
Out too fucking
Artists
much.
have a way of getting money. Rule makes a lot of money
Yes, he does.
doing shows. Ashanti makes a lot of money doing shows. So what's left for the guy who was the record label who helped make the records? How I make money out of this is the masters.
Right.
That's a fact.
So how am I supposed to feel when you want to remove that aspect? You really basically saying you don't want Sonny, JJ, and Angie, my beautiful kids, you don't want them to eat.
And I do agree with what Irv Gotti is saying. I'm not trying to keep on agreeing, but he's making some valid points, even though I don't fuck with this nigga. But like he said, he was in the studio with Ashanti creating these records, producing these records, being the fucking conductor of these records. So he is entitled, plus he was the label owner, so he's entitled to have and recoup the benefits from the master. Like he said, Ja Rule and Ashanti, they get to go perform these songs for the rest of their life as long as they got able bodies to go out on stage and perform, and they can make money that way. What happens when the artists take all that away from the, i.e. label owner, said Irv Gotti or Jay-Z or Dame Dash or whoever you want to put. How are they supposed to eat? Are they just supposed to eat when everything is good and y'all was rocking with each other and y'all was doing good business, and now that you done moved on, they not supposed to eat no more? No, that's not how it works. When you sign to a label, they own the master recording of whatever you recorded when you were signed to that label. That's how they eat. That's how they make their bread and butter. So even if you never put out any music ever again, they still making money because they own the master to everything. And I do agree with Irv. He should be able to reap those benefits from the masters. I know it's been a lot of talk about artists today talking about owning their masters and things of that nature. And I do agree artists should own their masters. I think what they should do is license out their material. So say you sign a deal with a major label, and then this how I would negotiate a deal. I sign a deal with a major label. I put in my terms of the contract that, hey, you can own the master for 2 years, but after that 2 years, the masters revert back to me, and then I have ownership. So they get to eat off the master for a little bit, and then it comes back to me, and then I get to eat off my own masters. That way, we both get to eat. There's no complications or being mad at whoever because they eating off all my money and all my hard work and stuff like that. That's how I feel like artists should do. They should make it and put it in the fucking contract to where they just license it out the music and then it reverts back to them. But that's just what I would do. But let's keep it going.
Is there a compromise? Because we heard what she said
Ain't
on
no
the Breakfast
fucking
Club.
compromise,
When she said that she asked for the instrumentals back.
That's
and it was,
let's definitely address that.
okay, all right, cool. I'm trying to be good at my job.
Is this
Want y'all
camera on?
I want y'all to know that. Yeah.
Ashanti.
Okay, yeah. Oh shit.
I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
I didn't know that's where we were going.
This is exactly where we're going.
Okay.
She's been performing for 20 years. She's never asked for her stems. She's asking for her stems because here's what I suggest happened. She went in the studio and tried to redo Baby, Baby, Baby.
Mary Jane! You can't do that.
You could do that. That's where we took it from, right? So she probably went in the studio, tried to recreate this, and fell drastically short with people saying that don't sound like
The original.
what.
I'm sorry for cutting it off, but that's exactly what happened. Because if you don't know, Irv Gotti still owns the masters to Ashanti's records. So what she tried to do was the same thing that Taylor Swift did when it came to what's that guy named Justin Bieber's manager? I'm looking dead at him, but I can't think of Scooter Braun. So Scooter Braun bought Taylor Swift's whole catalog and he sold it to another company. I think he sold half of it, of the catalog, for like $300 million or something like that. So she was pissed off because she doesn't have a relationship with Scooter Braun. She doesn't fuck with Scooter Braun. So what she did is she done re-recorded her whole album, and when she re-recorded, now when people listen to that version, she owns the masters to all that. But what she is doing is diluting the original masters, because now that people listen to the newer version, it doesn't count towards the older version. But you could say some people might love the older version better, so they might keep generating revenue. But what Ashanti tried to do, which she doesn't have the vocal chops to do, is re-record those songs, and like Irv Gotti said, it didn't sound the same. So now she asking for the stems. And if people don't know what the stems are, when you record music in a DAW, a DAW, that's the program where you record your music. That's Logic, Final Cut Pro. I should say Final Cut Pro. Logic, Ableton, Pro Tools, stuff like that. When you lay out your tracks, you lay out your vocals, you lay out every instrument and stuff. That's what stems are. So she wanted the stems so it can sound exactly like it is. But Irv Gotti said he ain't going for it. I ain't that stupid. But let's keep it going.
He did.
Yes.
I need my stems. You know what stems are.
Yes.
So you want me to give you the stems of your whole album now after 20 years? So you're saying you need it for shows.
Right.
You want to take my stems, and now you're gonna fucking be able to remake your album.
And you wouldn't be able to get $1 of that? I didn't ever.
No, I still eat off of it because
Right.
I own the publishing.
Okay. Jesus.
Okay?
Yes.
And let me, when she be on the shows and she's like, I'm gonna spritz it up and jazz it up. Is this the camera?
Yes.
Ashanti, you cannot spritz it up. You cannot jazz it up. The minute you put some spritzy and jazz it up, it's not a cover. So when it's not a cover, now it has to come back to me to clear it. Let me give you an example, Ashanti. We had this record with Vita called Justify My Love, the Madonna shit.
Yes, I remember.
We redid that record and we spritzed it up. Vita spit a verse. Madonna said, rejected, no. That's my classic. We took the verse off and we made that record identically the same. To Lenny Kravitz, his ad-libs, Ashanti did the ad-libs, but we had to make it identical. If you change anything, it reverts back to the writers to clear it.
Wow.
Let me just give you the answer now. No. No. So it's up to you and whatever bullshit players and musicians you have to recreate the magic that we made, me, Chink, and Seven.
All right, you got your answer? Let's move on to 7.
Hey, man. No, I'm glad because
I just want peace. And you know, it's crazy because I'm caught in the middle of this shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you are.
Like, not really.
Yes, you are, sir.
Honestly, I'm not, but I am by default. Because it has nothing to fucking do with me. You understand? But
I think you're like an owner of Murder Inc. somewhere, right?
No, I'm you know, listen.
You ain't claiming it now?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
But not really.
No. That's not even the point.
Because you gotta be caught in the catch-22 too, because you're an artist.
The point is this.
Shut the hell up,
I'm a
Nori.
different type of an artist.
Right.
I see both sides of the argument. You know, all artists want their masters back.
That's a fact.
It's just
Make
facts.
new masters.
That's just what artists want.
And right now, the white people are being nice.
Your written entertainment makes
Or
it.
buy them back, or however the fuck you gotta go about your business.
That's
to
what
get
I
your
asked about the
masters.
compromise. Is it
But there is a way to get your masters
Is it a
back.
compromise
There
where
are
she
many
can
ways. You know what I'm saying?
buy it back, or
It's just like this argument doesn't have to take place.
But even if Ja Rule is correct, there's many ways to get your masters back. You can wait an exorbitant amount of time, 7 to 10 years, and I think the masters will revert back to you. But at the same time, you can buy your masters back. But the way that Irv Gotti is going about this whole situation, it's like, fuck Ashanti. I don't care even if you do got the money to buy these masters back. I'm not giving these masters back. You broke my heart. I don't fuck with you. You left us for dead, and that's how he feels. So it is what it is. Like he said, you got your own label. She has her own label. She's independent. I think she signed to Empire, if I'm not mistaken. So make new masters, make new music. It is what it is. You're not getting those original masters back. Don't nobody want to hear your rendition of how you tried to spruce up your old songs and re-record them. You're not Taylor Swift. Cut it out. Stop the cap, my guy. Just make new music and keep it moving. It is what it is. But I want to thank y'all for checking out this reaction to Irv Gotti on the Dream Channels podcast. It's your boy Boss. I want to thank y'all. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell notification so you know when your boy drop a new video. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out.